Hello everybody and welcome back to the YouTube channel and welcome to my 2025 reading wrap-up. So I'm going to be going through every single one of my 5-star reads. That's what they're called. My 5-star reads. So, alright, here we're going to pull it up on my phone to see what I read that was 5 stars this year. I have a lot. Some of them I don't actually physically own, but let's start. So my first 5-star book of the, I'm not going in specific order, except the order that I like. My first 5-star book of the year was actually the second book I read this year, which was The Games Gods Play by Abigail Rowan. This was a book that I actually wanted for so long, and then I finally got it for Christmas last year or something, and I was just so happy. So, yes, I absolutely loved it. I love Greek mythology, and it was my first Greek mythology fantasy book that I'd ever read, and I really enjoyed it. So yes, okay. The next book that I read that was a 5-star was Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. Now, this was my first romance book that I'd ever read that was a 5-star. So, let's just say I really enjoyed this book, and I would actually picture myself rereading it in the future. There's not much else to it. I love the entire Maple Hills trilogy, so I read the entire trilogy this year, so you can tell I loved it. Okay, the next book that I read this year was a 5-star was, okay, so I really love Iron Man. I make a whole video on it eventually, but for now, I have a whole, section over there that I love Iron Man before. So, the next book I read was a book that's not in the 4 series, because there are separate individual series. I'll go through later. But anyways, this is one of the books, and I just love Iron Man before so much. Most of the books are either 4.5 or 5 stars, so because I really love this one. This was the first book in a duology called Legacy Chronicles. That's like a spin-off with 2 of the main characters from the other series, their own little series, the old duology. So this is the first book of the duology, and I just absolutely loved it. It's even got legacies are on the side. So that was my third 5-star of the year. My fourth 5-star of the year was actually the second book in this duology, which I don't own, but it was The Legacy Chronicles Out of the Shadows. So I love this entire duology. It's a 5-star duology. Both books in the duology were 5 stars. So yeah, I'm sorry to know about that. My next book I also did not own was another Iron Man 4 book, but it was part of the Lost Files series, which had only 5 books, and it was the Hidden Enemies one. And that one, we got to learn the backstory of one of the characters who turned out to be evil in the series. We got to learn the backstory of what led that character to be evil, and I really enjoyed learning about his backstory. So, so it's called Hidden Enemies. Okay, the next book I read this year, I read the Divergent series, and the Divergent books were all 4.5 star, but the one that was my 5-star read was actually the novella, 4. I loved learning about Ford's past and backstory, and this was a 5-star, and it's pretty short to be a 5-star. I just loved it. So yes, the other books were over there, but yes, that was a 5-star. Okay, the next book I read that was a 5-star was book 2 in the was Wildfire, and this book took place at camp. And I would say between Icebreaker and Wildfire might my favorite. There are all 3 books, I would say Icebreaker was my favorite. It's really nice to read, but I loved Wildfire. I loved the camp setting, and it just gave great summer vibes. I think I read this in summer. I can't remember right now, but yes, I love Wildfire. Also, the forced proximity and the forbidden romance tropes in this book is amazing. So, there's that. My next 5-star of the year was actually a really popular book series. You've probably heard of it. Fourth Wing. I loved the other 2 books that I actually loved. I loved books 2 and 3, but you can never beat the original. The book that started the entire series. Fourth Wing. I would say both of these are 4.75s, 4.75s, both of these books. But this one, you can just not this one. Anyways, yes, so I have there. The next read, I actually have two. They're both really short novellas that I read on Kindle. We have We Mend It, which is basically an epilogue to the epilogue. So in Allegiant, we had an epilogue, Helen 4 after everything happened. And we have an epilogue that comes years after that epilogue, even. That was called We Mend It, and we found out what happened in the future. And I just really enjoyed it. It was really short. It was like less than 100 pages, and I read it on Kindle. And then the next book that was a 5-star was Free 4, which was about Thor's perspective on the knife throwing scene from Divergent. If you're not familiar, it's in the movie too. But basically, there's this knife throwing scene, and it's the first scene where he realizes his true feelings for the main character. So, yeah, we got to see his perspective on it, and I'm so happy Veronica Roth wrote a whole book, a whole like short, tiny little novella on Kindle, just for us learning book more, and his perspective. Okay, the next, two books. I own both of them that I read that are both 5 stars. It's a duology, and I have both books right here. We have Blood of Hercules, and Bonds of Hercules. We got the special editions of both of them. And oh my goodness, I loved both of these books so much. I was glued to it, and actually the first book, I read this in like 3 days, the fastest I ever read a book in my entire life, which is crazy. But after that, I did start reading books a lot faster. But just this book got me into my reading era, I would say. So yeah, Blood of Hercules, amazing. Bonds of Hercules, I would say nothing can beat the original, but the romance that was starting in this book didn't really pick up until this book. So I would say I loved the romance after this book way better. Also, it's spicy. Full warning. The spice in this book is not until the very end, and the spice in this book is not very often, but it kind of. So, yes. This is all my 5 stars that I own of 2025, and my next reading vlog is probably gonna be I might do my TBR for January, and if I don't, I'll probably make a vlog or something for it next. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to give it a big thumbs up, comment down below, subscribe, and turn on post notifications to be notified every time I upload a new video. Thanks for watching!